Welcome to Raw Take, everyone, the lifeline to your unfiltered media experience. I'm your host, Gian Thomas. I got my co-host, D. Williams, and we got Rush Sanders with us this week. And guys, I want to tell y'all about something that's asinine. So, this week, we had our first NFL game. During the first game of the NFL season, players came from both the Chiefs and the Texans to show unity and solidarity on the BLM cause. But, one big but, everyone, there was large amounts of boos. People were booing the solidarity. We're booing the two teams coming together. And there was no national anthem, no flag involved. It was just unity. And it was just them coming to solidarity to say that we see that there's a problem and we are using our platform to address that problem. But, you know, it's not about that. It's not about them showing that, it's not about them. It was never about disrespecting the flag. It was about them speaking up about what is happening. And this is what they want. They want to be entertained by Black people, but they don't want to entertain the issues that are harming Black people. And it's just horrible.
That's asinine, man. It's just crazy that people are so focused on the wrong things in these times, man. And I think people need to get their heads straight, know who they are, and know what's really real, what's really real, and what's really necessary. Because booing them, that was just uncalled for, man. And it was surprising, too. Nobody expected that.
Well, my take, it is just asinine, right? It's asinine. Here's the deal. When I saw the game, I was like, wow, they have a few fans there, but the few fans that are in the stands, how are you booing the team? You remember, this game was in Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
So by being in Kansas City, these are some of the fans that are in Kansas City rooting for the Chiefs. So how does that make you feel as a player that's representing that hometown, that your fans would boo you because you're standing in solidarity as far as unity and what all that means up until now? How would that make you? So when I saw it, I was like, wow, they are really booing their home team. Well, they're booing the whole everything, right?
Yeah.
So that makes that makes some of those players probably wonder, like, wow, what do they actually think about me? Am I here just to entertain you? Or do you even? So that was one of my things I looked at, when you can clearly hear that they were booing their team because their team was doing something that was rightfully done. It just further lets me know that we have a long way to go. But they took the initiative to do that. And as you see in other sports like the NBA, they have vote on the screen. They have vote in the background. They have Black Lives Matter on the court. So I am just glad that the players are taking the initiative to say, this is what I'm going to do, and I need all you other guys to join in. I'm glad that the players are actually taking that initiative to do that. So that's my take on it. But as far as just what it represented, that first game, it was asinine.
Definitely. Asinine all the way.
Very asinine. I just, from what I'm seeing is, the country has so much racism in it. It's what we were built on. So this stuff is not going to go overnight. And, they like I said before, they want to be entertained by us, but they don't want to entertain our issues. And that is the saddest part of it. This is no different from Laura Ingram's comments, her shut up and dribble comments. They don't want to hear about us. They honestly don't even care that we get shot.
Bruh.
As long as we can put on a show for them and entertain them, they're cool with it. They don't care. So
you're not a person, you're an entertainer. That's it. After that, go home. Why you
Exactly.
out there?
Exactly.
Shut up and dribble, entertain me. I don't care what you stand for. Just entertain me. That's how they see it.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Asinine.
and here's the other thing: they want to keep politics out of sports the best way they can, you know. And so, and I'm not going to be surprised if you hear your commander in chief at some point, you know, make some tweets about this stuff, especially about if he has not already. I don't know, you know. But it's just so much going on in a nutshell. You know, it's hard to keep up with the latest because this goes on, that goes on. But you know, I'm just glad that these guys in sports are starting to wake up to know what their worth is really all about. Because you have worth. If you want to say, you know what, I'm not playing a game. If everybody did the same thing and said, you know what, we're good, we got money, we're not playing a game, you know, much money would be lost on the table. So the power is not in the agents or the team owner. It's in the player's hand.
Yeah.
And I'm glad some of these players are starting to wake the hell up and say, listen, they depend on me. Without me, it's no game. Without me, it's no money. Without me, it's no fans. So what's up? That's the bottom line. So I'm just glad that they're shifting the power back to themselves and they're utilizing their platform to do exactly what's needed to be done.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing some tough negotiating, which that always needs to be done. In a new book from Bob Woodward, President Donald Trump said he initially downplayed the severity of the coronavirus to avoid panic.
We were talking mostly about the virus, and I think he's going to have it in good shape. But you know, it's a very tricky situation.
Indeed,
it goes through air, Bob. That's always tougher than the touch. You know, the touch you don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air, and that's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. You know, people don't realize we lose 25,000, 30,000 people a year here. Who would ever think that, right?
I know. It's
pretty amazing. And then I say, well, is that the same thing? This is more deadly. This is 5 per. You know, this is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%. You know, so this is deadly stuff.
Bob Woodward has a recording on February 7th saying of Trump saying how bad the virus was and how it was way more deadlier than the average flu. 3 days later, he was at a campaign rally lying to the public saying that he hoped it miraculously goes away. By February 26th, he was saying that there was no difference between this and the common flu. We have a long list of Donald Trump lying to the American people about the severity of the coronavirus. I mean, we need to impeach him on this. There's so many things that we can impeach this fool on. I mean, it's just time to get him out of the office. It's just time to go. This is a failed experiment. This man has put the economy, how he looks, his poll ratings above the American people from day one. He does not care. He will lie to you, and then when he gets caught lying, he will spin it to say it was for your betterment. This is like a bad, abusive relationship. He does whatever he wants to us, and then he just keeps on telling us, I'm doing it for your safety. I'm doing it for your good. You hit me and saying, oh, I'm hitting you because I love you, baby. No, you don't love us, fool. You trying to hurt us. Oh, guys, this just goes to show, and there's so many people, so many conservatives who are out there saying, well, you know, if he didn't tell us the truth and coming up with all this, doing all this mental gymnastics to just it's just crazy, man. It just blows my mind. You know, we could talk about 1,000 things that's asinine, but you know, Trump is the biggest one.
Yeah, so he is, man. He I think it was 17 or 18 interviews, and all of them he said something different. You never know what's gonna come out of his mouth, man. And his downplaying of the severity of this virus has led to what's going on today. Has led to the spread, people not being prepared, and we could have been prepared, but we were told that it was a virus over in China. Like we didn't have to worry about it. Next thing you know, it's here, but it was here at that time too. We just wasn't told. And to have a commander in chief that knows the severity of something as severe as this coronavirus is, and not make it known to the public, he's not fit to be in office. He's not fit to be our leader. Uh, he's barely even fit to be a follower with the way he is because he's untrustworthy. You never can trust anything that comes out of his mouth, which means that you can't trust anything, any actions that he says or plans that he have. You can't trust anything.
Yeah.
I think he's an alien.
I would like to think that he was possibly an alien, but we know that's not true. This man, I've never said this before, in all of the 4 years, outwardly speaking to the public, you are dealing with a very, very dangerous man. And someone all knowingly knows about a pandemic, a virus that can cause as many deaths as it has caused. You're talking about 200,000 deaths up to date or more, or that number could be very, scrutinized. But as of today, we know it's at least 200,000 deaths or more. So you're talking about someone that has had a hand in that, all knowingly, and saying that I have downplayed it. Sure, going to continue to downplay it. So what does that let the American people know? What does that let his base of people know? What does that let our base of people know as far as where we are? I mean, someone has came out to say, listen, this guy, this is what he said. This is his own words. This is nothing made up. This is not fake news. This is real. So for you guys that are tuning in to the show, you have to make up your mind what side of the fence you want to play on. And really, the only way to do that is you gotta be registered to vote, and you have to vote. I mean, because this from him knowing to now, that just says a lot. To go on record and publicly speak that and give that information in an interview with someone, that's basically saying I'm cocky and I can just do whatever I want. It's an image thing to him. It's about whatever makes him look good, feel good, and just, he's such a competitive person with other people that he is not even close to. So I have to just say this president, and I've never said this before, is dangerous. If you guys are paying attention to what's going on, the division in this country, what are you going to do about it? What do you want to do about it? What do you want to see different? You want to see?
That's the question.
That is the question. That is the real.
Right there.
What do you want to do about it? We could talk about this stuff for the next month or two, but at the end of the day, November 3rd, what will you do about it? Point blank.
That's going to tell the story right there. What people do about it is going to tell the story. If we want change, if we want a real leader who's capable, that's why I really love what Obama said, that the fact that Trump never kind of fell into the position or fulfilled his position. He's not capable of doing it, and we know that. So it'd be stupid to put him back in the office knowing that he lacks capabilities to do the job that he's put in office to do. And so, like you said, man, we gotta get out there. We gotta vote, and we don't just want change. We have to have change. We need it.
We demand change.
We cannot survive. Exactly. We cannot survive another 4 years of Mr. Dictator.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to add this. A lot of people are looking at Bob Woodward like he's some kind of savior, and I have a problem with him. This man sat on this information for months. This man let all these people die. He's just sitting on this information. He's like, man, I'm gonna write a book. Let me write this book. Let me get this money. I mean, our system is so fundamentally broken that people are, and you know what? They might see, some people benefit so much off of Trump being in office that they will keep him in there just so they can continue to benefit. And that's half of the Republican Party right now. They know how bad Trump is, but they getting that cash, they getting those tax cuts. They don't care. They don't care about that. Half the Democrats don't care. Nancy Pelosi has signed off on so much stuff for him. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand. We need some real leadership, and that's why, like y'all are saying, we have to vote, but we have to vote the right people in. It's up to us to do our due diligence and look and see who we are voting for. You have to look into these records. You have to see what these people are saying. You have to see what their voting record and what their voting history is. Because if you don't, we'll just keep on we'll just keep spinning our wheels. We'll just keep putting in the same people that won't do nothing, and then the people will get so distraught that they'll want major change, and then they'll have somebody like Trump, or maybe even worse than Trump, and it's the cycle just continuing over and over again. So we have to vote, but we have to do our due diligence and vote. We have to see who we're voting into. We have to be more involved. That is what we preach on this show. You have to be involved if you want to be the change. We can get Donald Trump out, but if you get Donald Trump out and then you put Biden in, and then Biden don't know what he's doing, you gotta stay. You gotta be a constant heart. That's what people don't understand. This fight is not over with. It's gonna keep on going. And we see that if we don't do any change, that we are going to continue to have all these bad stuff happen. We're going to continue to have protests. We're going to continue to have riots. Stuff is not going to stop. As we see, I don't know if the story is out, but yesterday there was 2 cops who were shot in California. 2 people ran up and just shot them. You know why? Because the system is broken. Cops are out there killing us left and right, and nothing's happening. So the people, like we said on the show before, the people are going to take it into their own hands to try and do something. That's not right, but that's what's going to happen. History repeats itself if you do not learn from it. So yeah,
man. Yeah, you said it, man. I think you said it for all of us. But it's sad, man, because these 2 cops, I mean, just like some of the other people that cops has killed, they have families, and
exactly.
the way to retaliate is not by going out killing cops, or that when you do the same thing that you're trying to fight against, you become what you're trying to fight against.
Exactly.
And you can't get positive change from that. You can't get ahead in doing that, because actually it's a step backwards, because how can you fight against the police brutality when you want to, and then you're going to go and be brutal towards the police? Then you're just like them. So that means we need to fight against you too.
Exactly.
People need to think, man. They need to use their brains, and I think part of that would probably progress further once we do get Trump out of the office. I think he's like the center of all of these things that's going on, man. And
yeah,
that's why I just think if we once we get him out of the office, hopefully we do, we'll see the change that we're seeking, man. But if we don't, it's gonna get. But here's the thing, though. I will say this: getting him out of office don't necessarily mean we're gonna see the kind of change we probably really, really want or need. It just means that we'll see some change. Now, how the change is gonna be, whether it's really beneficial for us or not, that remains to be seen. But right now, the focus right now is to get this dictator out of the office. We're hoping that we're not getting another dictator to replace him. But as of right now, this current dictator, he got to go.
Yeah, he got to go. Yeah, and it's just he's so detrimental to our democracy. And I get into a lot of online arguments, and people are saying, well, how can you support? I don't support Biden. I support us having a democracy still after Trump. I mean, I think people just don't realize how bad Trump is. You got a guy who's trying to suppress the vote. He's taking up mailboxes. It's crazy. The list of things that he's doing is so long. And I know Joe Biden is, he's not the best, but You know, if we put pressure on him and we constantly put pressure on him, he's going to have to listen to us at some point in time.
Yeah.
So, and Trump would never listen to us because, you know, I feel like Trump is a tweet away from calling BLM protesters and BLM activists terrorists. So it's, you know, it's just what it is, man. It's a crazy time we live in. It's really wild. It's really wild.
It is, man, and I'm just need change. We need to see some difference going on. I'm like, Barack, where you at, man? Where you at, man? Can they like rewind this thing and something, man? God, lately I've never seen it this bad, man, with no president.
No, man.
Not in my lifetime that I've heard or seen. This is by far the worst of all. And he think he's the greatest. That's what makes it so funny. So
I know, man. He thinks he's the one above all. He thinks he's above everyone.
Right.
But
look, that's why look, guys who are watching, if you're not registered to vote, we'll leave a link in the description to RushToVote.com where you can go on, you can register right there. Or you can also check your registration status right from the site. So yeah, that's what we need to do. Get out there, get registered, get your friends registered, pull people together, the communities, whoever you, and go and vote. Make it happen. It ain't gonna happen if you don't make it happen. Like Rush say on his show all the time, no vote, no voice. So if you don't vote, you can't say nothing.
Exactly. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I want y'all to kill that like button and subscribe. Be sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any uploads. Thank y'all.